What's going on, chat? We are back. Please tell me I don't sound like Orville Redenbacher. Please,
That'd be huge.
Please.
That
Please,
would
no more
be
Orville Redenbacher. Please, no more pop.
the difference.
Tens, fours, sure. Okay, goods. Is it too late to join Team MMG? Dude, grow up. Okay, we're looking good, chat. W's. It's been a tough, 24-ish hours of the W's, Javon. We were down there in Jacksonville, sweating out that 49ers game, and they absolutely balled. Chase Young was like the last infinity stone, I believe, for that team. And now, coming off a bye, that was a Shanahan masterclass that we were looking for. We got it in person. We saw Christian Kirk do his job after a terrible first quarter. We never wavered. We held. And he came through. He had 100 yards, easy square. Chad, we were sitting in the stadium towards the end watching the Bengals and the Texans game complete on Javon's phone, and it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. Who's the guy that we hate and we have to blame all this on? T. Higgins? Is that who it was? Tyler Boyd, sure. Yeah, T. Higgins definitely would have caught that ball, but he was hurt. So Tyler Boyd we were stuck with yesterday, and that guy's got about as good a hands as – I don't know, a 3-year-old out there running around with no gloves on. I don't understand. He stinks, and he cost us that fucking McPherson square because he couldn't catch a touchdown pass and couldn't get the Bengals a win. I'm happy they lost. I am. I'm happy that they lost. I am. Javon, I had a pretty tough flight back. Started to feel a little sick on the plane. Maybe had a couple too many drinks at the game. Maybe not enough food. Next thing you know, I'm pulling an emergency yak in the airplane bathroom. I pulled it.
That's wild.
Yeah. It got weird in there. I had to walk up to the first class bathroom. I wasn't in first class because I'd only had limited time. I had about 30 seconds. I could feel it. Because when that shit hits, it's like this. And the plane was shaking my belly up, Javon, and it was no bueno. I was yakking in the bathroom, watching our entry lose. It was a terrible day. Terrible. And then I went back and yacked again in about 30 minutes, and everybody knew what I did because they saw me do the same thing, and they probably heard it outside the plane.
There we go.
I don't give a shit if they heard it, but that sums up about how yesterday went. Moose shit. Terrible. Unacceptable. We got wiped the floor with a Madden streamer, and that one hurts my soul. We will be back. We will find you guys winners for this week. We will continue to dominate the squad rides, but man, I really wanted a chance to go to the finals for that contest. We didn't get it, but it's done. Stick a fork in it. We move. Right?
We do.
It's time to move on. All right. Yeah, Brees was cookie anyways. I know. Shit entry. God damn it. All right. Dubs, we move. Chat, let's look at these shit plays from the NFL and college football this weekend. A lot of X's on these. Goods, we'll show the recaps. Not our best work this weekend, although these were not all the plays we locked in. Although, Javon, you got some green beans on there. 4-3 for Javon.
4-3.
Nothing to complain about. I had a couple more reds. I went 3-4. Javon, what were your thoughts from the NFL besides the entry? I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but Stroud, is the book still out on him? I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
Is the book still out?
Still stand on it, but he's been good at mid-game adjustments. Like you look like a deer in headlights. In the first half.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the difference. Mid-game adjustments, which last week, which the Bucks was really not anything he had to do. They just got hurt and couldn't do the same things. But this week, he did have some good field position off some bad Burrow plays. But yeah, they figured it out in the second half, which that's how they've been pretty successful doing it. So I mean, good on him. Good on him. I respect it. I'm not a Stroud hater, but I've faded him and been more profitable than not. So I'll continue to do it in spots where it makes sense. But that was a shit bet. The rest of the bets. Talk about the Niners, which we were there and watched that. That was Kyle Shanahan going into Jacksonville and telling the Jags, who, I mean, they're still a good team, that there's levels to this shit. They are not a team that can hang up there with the big boys. Kyle Shanahan off a bye. Not many teams can hang with that guy. That entire game looked like he scripted it to a T. They were deer in headlights. They got dominated from kick to finish.
Yeah. It was ugly. Kyle Shanahan off a bye. That was a bloodbath. He meant business. That talk about a business trip to Jacksonville.
That was
Kyle Shanahan.
Business trip.
He might have been sitting first class. Business priority.
Literally.
Seeing me walk past him while I yak for the second time on that airplane back home. He could have been. He could have been. Brutal. Crabs. Commanders suck. I'm not going to say that name. Book it with Prime. Somebody should probably put him in the bin. But you know what? The Commanders don't suck. That's the problem here. You know who sucks? Is Ron Rivera and Dust Up Del Rio. Those are the people who suck. These old dudes who have credibility because, I don't know, I guess they've been around so long, and I guess because Cam Newton carried Ron to a Super Bowl, and I don't even know how Jack Del Rio has any sort of credibility. I mean, have you heard that guy talk? He's a dick. Have you heard him actually explain stuff? He doesn't to the media. Have you heard him coach a team well or seen him coach a team well? I fucking haven't. He's terrible. He should be gone yesterday. The fact that we have Sam Howell, this diamond in the rough that we found in the 5th round for the first time, Javon, where we actually find a guy who falls in the draft and we pick him and he's actually good. I'm not even fucking with you for the first time ever since I've followed this team for the last 15 or so years, since I have fucking memories. We're wasting it. We're wasting it. If this kid's able to do this in his rookie year, I count this as his rookie year. He played 2 or 3 games last year. I don't give a shit. This is his rookie year. If he can do this already in Bieniemy's first season in Washington with Ron Rivera at the helm, imagine what this kid can do in year 2, 3, and 4 with a non-fucking idiot head coach. Imagine. Think about it for a second. Guys, if this kid, Sam Howell, was on any other team, he would be getting his dick sucked more than anyone else in the media. Anyone else. But he's not. He's on the Commanders. But look at the stats, chat. Check the data. This kid is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's now on pace for the most passing yards in NFL history for the first 11 games. He's 5th on that list. Look at those other names. Look at those other names. That guy, number 4, Cam Newton, he was so good that he somehow kept Ron Rivera in the league for another 10 years after. That's how good Cam Newton was at football, and Sam Howell is right there behind him. Javon, it sucks to sit back and watch this team, watch this kid Sam Howell, watch our opportunities now with the first time ever where we have a good offense. It sucks having to watch it get wasted. It really does. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it.
Sam Howell's good. I don't think people are ready for that conversation, especially when you have a couple other big quarterbacks in the league that are getting very overrated, and I'm tired of hearing about them being better than they are at this point, a.k.a. the other one that we watched in that game, and Trevor Lawrence, and that's a whole nother conversation. But Sam Howell is very, very good. And if he was on another team, this would be a whole different conversation. He'd be in Stroud conversations, just like everybody slurping him. You did kind of do that too.
This fucking comment makes me so angry. Or Ron coached 2 of the guys in the top 5. Mamba, are you fucking kidding me, dudes? Unless this is Ron Rivera's burner, you might be the biggest bozo of them all. Talk about not knowing ball, back in Ron Rivera these days. Probably the best way to show that you don't know shit. That guy has ruined our team, ruined our franchise for the last 4 years. Straight up. Ruined it. Ruined it. Another win yesterday they could have had. Blown. Blown. Bro, the guy played linebacker in the league. The guy has a DC who was a head coach who's also combined their ages. They're fucking 200 years old. And they can't even figure out how to make the guys who play their own position that they both played in the NFL good at football. Linebacker. We haven't had a good fucking linebacker produced from these coaches in 4 years since they've been here. Haven't gotten it. Haven't gotten one. If anything, the ones we drafted in the first round have sucked. And they haven't developed one that these guys don't even know how to coach their own positions. They played in the league. A bunch of fucking idiots, dude. Unbelievable. Kerrigan was good. Yeah, Kobe, that was 10 years ago, brother. Do you think Ron Rivera drafted and coached up Ryan Kerrigan? Because he fucking didn't. Okay? Golly. Ron Rivera has coached 60 regular season games now, Javon, in Washington. The Commanders have trailed or been tied at the half in 70% of those. They always come out slow. It looks like they didn't prepare. They have no idea what's going on. And they make stupid mistakes. And then you get into the post-game media presser, Javon, and they ask Ron questions that the guy can't even fucking answer. He's literally sleepy Ron. I'm done with him. I'm done. I mean, you put anyone else on the sidelines with a headset for the Commanders yesterday, and they win that game.
Hey, just wait till it's Bieniemy and towards the end of the season. If not, just right at the end.
Unbelievable. Just fire him already. Just get him out of here. Oh, unbeliable. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. What's up? Jimbo Fisher to the Manders? Jesus, dude. Please, no. We have our guy. Look at how successful our offense has been. I don't care if he's not ready to be a head coach yet. I don't care if he's learning on the fly. Him learning on the fly is way better than what we got going on right now with Sleepy Ron. Look at the offense. Look at the defense. Check the data. Check the results. It's not even close. Ron and Jack Del Rio, you guys are getting embarrassed by a first-time play caller on your own staff who's 15 years younger than you. They should be ashamed. I don't know how they haven't gotten better. I don't know how they haven't stepped away themselves because they're ruining this fucking franchise. I'm done with it. Let's keep moving and grooving. Javon, enough talking about Sam Howell and the Manders. Let's talk about some NFL QBs. Okay, why not us? We want to do a little NFL QB tiers ranking today. We got some time, and then we'll do some college basketball talk, and then, of course, end with Monday Night Football. Okay, chat, don't you worry. We're going to get to it. Javon, looks like we've already got some of these auto-populated, which could be good. Mac Jones in the Mac Jones category, good. That's where he belongs. We've got Richardson. Looks like we got Tannehill, Garoppolo, DJ, Justin Fields, and Kirk Cousins in the caked category. Okay, sure. Any complaints or qualms with those? I mean, Justin Fields will be out of the cake category soon, but right now he's literally caked. He can't play right now.
Yeah, gotta have him. I think he's supposed to come back this week, right? But
is he playing this week?
Potentially. I don't know. But if he does, yeah, he'll find his way out of that category soon. But for now, it's where he is.
Guys, these aren't shitty quarterbacks. These are quarterbacks who are hurt. They're kicked. Okay, yeah. Their legs have exploded. They're on the IL. Their Achilles is absolutely disintegrated. Okay, that's what this list is. They're kicked. All right. We're going to go through all these guys. We're going to power through them, Javon. You can kind of take the lead on some of these dudes here. Joe Burrow. What are we thinking about Big Joe, who threw 2 picks in the red zone yesterday, and it didn't matter? McPherson still found a way to kick 2 field goals, and I'm still pissed about it. Unbelievable. Yeah. Joe Burrow overall has been playing better recently, but those 2 picks in the red zone, no bueno. He's still really good, though. He's got to be at the top of one of these categories, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the rankings are wise, but I would say like there's some form of like got to be better in there. It's just because he's been playing better, but against bigger teams outside of the Bills game, it just hasn't been consistent at like the level they need for him to be elite and for them to contend in that division, take it from the Ravens.
Okay. He does have to be better. They are now, I think, 3 games behind the Ravens, who should be 10-0, by the way. I don't know if you've seen all these stats with the Ravens who have been trailing by the least amount of minutes. I'm sure Goots is going to pop in here in 3 seconds. Trailing by the least or third least amount of minutes.
I don't want to hear
history.
I don't want to hear.
There he is, sure. And the 4 other teams on that list are all started 10-0, and the Ravens are 7-3. Although I don't want to hear one peep out of you complaining, Goots. I don't want to hear one peep.
I don't have any words.
You got Harbaugh. And his brain works, and he wins you guys games, and you have Lamar. So no complaints from you down there, but you guys should be 10-0. The hell are they doing? We'll get to that when we bring up Lamar, okay? And Goots will get you back up here too. We're going to need your help for that. What about Will Levis? I don't know if we have that much of a sample size on this kid.
I feel like we should
kind of came out of nowhere and balled, right?
Switch got to be better in mid.
Yeah, we can move him around.
Yeah, move those around because I feel like that makes more sense, and we can put him in mid.
What do you want me to move?
Yeah.
Switch got to be better in mid.
All right.
Yes.
Got it.
Sure. Switch those puppies. Okay, goods. Where do we want to put Levis? I feel like Levis came out hot. Haven't heard much about him since. What are we doing with him?
It's because he played the Bucks this weekend, which all you got to do is blitz Will Levis, and he's literally dog meat. So I guess you put him in Moose.
Yeah, he's Moose. He stinks. Russ. Although we'll talk about how I think he's going to play today, which could be a little bit better than he's been playing. Where are we putting Russ? Are we putting him in the got to be better category? Is that disrespectful to Joe Burrow? Is he mid? What are we thinking here for Russ?
I say put him in mid.
Okay.
Lower tier mid,
All right.
but still mid. Not quite Moose yet.
But close.
Very close. Very close.
Okay. Those last 2 wins, though, in a bye week, that could have saved him, though. Maybe the Broncos
he's
will
on his
come out
way
hot
up.
today, chat.
He's on his way up.
Maybe they'll come out hot today, and we'll talk about that as well once we get to that game. We got plenty of time, chat. What about T-Law, who we saw look like he was playing with a blindfold yesterday, Javon, down in Jacksonville? Where are we putting him? I feel like he's got to be better. I feel like he's been a corner specter for the last 6 weeks, but yesterday, no bueno. I mean, he got absolutely emasculated out there. He didn't have a chance against that defense. Looked like they were foaming at the mouth on the D-line trying to attack him. It was scary. If I was him, I would have been scared.
I mean, outside of the Bills game, that was the only game against any like respectable team where he hasn't looked like a deer in headlights, which is why I'm ready to start the narrative if he doesn't figure it out. That like these games where he's thrown for God knows how many against the Colts and Falcons and whoever else, like that's not moving the needle for me. It's like this team is good overall, but he's certainly got to be better.
I think that's very fair. What about Josh Allen? Does he need to be a little bit better? Is it even his fault with this new OC who's come in, who might be a mole, maybe working for one of the other teams in the division here? Because he might be the worst play. Put him on a level of Ron. Might be the worst play callers of all time, worst coaches of all time. Who is this guy? Why is he ruining their team? Remember when we went up to Buffalo and everyone we talked to was like, I hate this OC's guts. Even the Wingnuts owner was like, I hate this guy. He's terrible. He's ruining the team. He was like the nicest guy ever, talking about how terrible this coach is. I think tonight, Javon, Josh Allen's going to say, fuck it, enough is enough. And I'm going to be 2022 Josh Allen and say, Coach, you can ligma and stand off to the sidelines. Let me do my thing here. And he's going to ball. But we'll talk about that in a little bit when we get to that game. Overall, though, Josh Allen does need to be a little bit better. But I still think he's good. What do you think, Javon?
City's got to be better. We need a couple, like the play calling from the OC. If anybody actually watches the game, it doesn't just box score watch when he throws an interception. Doesn't help him at all. It's not to say he's been fantastic, because very obviously he hasn't, but he's in a weird situation where they asked him to do probably a little more than they should. So he's got to be better. I wouldn't be shocked though if we see a really good back end of the season from him against some more mid teams and he moves his way up.
Jeffrey, yes. And we'll get to that when we talk about Monday Night Football. Okay. No words needed here for Mahomes. GOAT. Move him up there. Doesn't matter if they lost their last game. Doesn't matter if he's been sick. Doesn't matter if he's been throwing picks. He's the GOAT. That's where he goes. That's where he belongs. Sure. Lamar. Now, I'd like to say Lamar is a coin respecter, and I'm sure Goots will have some opinions here, Javon. I feel like Lamar started out the season piping hot. He started out on fire. He was hitting the deep ball. But the last couple of weeks, he hasn't been able to hit the deep ball. Maybe they're not just taking enough shots. Gates, this is when we need your insight here. What are we thinking about Lamar?
I don't know. I think he's got to be better because the inconsistency concerns me. Like in that Colts game and that Steelers game, and then in the second half yesterday, it concerns me how inconsistent he is. And I don't know if it's him or it's OC or anything, but there's definitely something in the offense that needs to be clicking more often than not, because when it does click, that's what everyone's talking about. But when it doesn't, it's moose shit.
Okay.
But
so he's got to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Corner respecter makes sense. I mean, but I don't know.
Do you think he's looked a little bit worse in the last couple of weeks, especially with the deep ball, than he was right out of the gates? Or is that
it speaks for itself. Like in the Seahawks game, he didn't throw for a single touchdown. I mean, it was just the run game. He was just kind of there distributing. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like outside of the Lions game, all these games that they've been on this run has been because they run the ball like the greatest team of all time. Like, really hasn't been because of him, truthfully.
Yeah. It was Gus Edwards in the Lions game. It was Keaton Mitchell in the Seahawks game. And yesterday was a little bit of both, but it didn't end up well.
Okay. I think we put him in the coin respecter, but he has hurt us recently, Javon. But I feel like he's a coin respecter.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are moving and grooving. They should be 10-0. They're 7-3, but I don't even care. A couple of mistakes there. They've been on fire this season. He's a coin respecter. He's close. You know, maybe how he plays this coming week, we'll decide if he ends up being a coin respecter still, but he's on the border, but he deserves his respect. Lamar having a great season. People forget a couple months ago he's tweeting about how he's leaving. And now he's back. Plug him back in there. They're looking good. They're moving and grooving. Ravens, do not sleep, chat. As they come back and get healthy, that defense is only going to get better. And we know Lamar, if they can just figure out a way to not melt in the postseason, maybe it's mental, maybe it's just bad luck. I don't know. Maybe they're due. Once Lamar gets to the postseason, it gets a little sketch. But right now, he's a coin respecter overall. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, I'm just going to say it. He's mid. How about that?
Yeah.
He's mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's mid. You don't think so?
Yeah, I do. It's just it doesn't make sense to me because the last couple of weeks I've been very in that same headspace that we're talking about Herbert, like he's in this GOAT tier quarterback, that he's really not. But like the question rose after yesterday, which was ridiculous. Like that, he was fantastic yesterday, and the narrative was on Twitter was how long are we going to talk about Justin Herbert not being a winner? Like yesterday was not the game to bring that up, but the last couple of weeks before that, he really hasn't been all that good. So like I'm fine with that. I will say, have to preface it with he was really, really good yesterday.
Okay. Justin Herbert was very, very, very good yesterday, but he is mid and he's not a winner.
Yeah, overall in the season.
Sure. Okay. He might fill up those stat sheets, but he ain't a winner. He's mid. All right. Let's move. This is an interesting one because he is right now caked, but I feel like we should have spent at least a second talking about A-Raj, who apparently is going to be defying all modern medicine and pulling some sort of miracle 3-month recovery from a torn Achilles out of his ass and play in a couple weeks, Javon. And, would you look at that? It's the week before they play the fucking Manders. Great. Yeah, I bet Aaron Rodgers will be back for that Manders game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure of it because that's just usually how it goes. But is he caked? Do we just put him in there and take the easy way out? Is he goated? Is he Mac Jones? Do you hate Aaron Rodgers? Are you one of those people, Javon?
Yeah, Mac Jones. No, put him in caked. I'll believe he comes back when I see it.
Yeah, and if I thought he was going to be coming back and playing well, I'd be vouching more to put him in the go-to category, but I think he's going to come back and be kind of mid. So considering his Achilles just tore 3 months ago, but not really that high of a take because his Achilles just tore 3 months ago. So we'll see when he comes back. If he comes back, maybe it's all hoopla, maybe it's all BS. I don't know, but seems like according to Aaron Rodgers and his cryptic Instagram stories, he will be coming back in a couple weeks, which is a head scratcher to me. But we'll see how that works out. Dak Prescott. I'm just going to say it, Javon. Dak Prescott deserves more respect. I'm not saying he deserves the ultimate respect. I'm not saying he's a GOAT. But this season, right now, Dak Prescott deserves more respect. He has played unbelievable in the majority of the games this season. He's had a couple duds, but so have a lot of QBs. And nobody's talking about that. People like to point the finger at Dak because he's been mid for a couple years and he always finds a way to fuck it up. But if you've actually watched him play football this season, and if you know ball, you 100% will agree with me when you'll say that this is Dak Prescott's best season you've ever seen. He looks fucking sharp as a tack. 9.5 times out of 10 this season he does. I've been impressed with Dak, and I hate Dak's guts. I'm a Manders fan. I do. I want to make fun of Dak. Trust me, I want to be on the bandwagon too, guys. I want to chirp him for no reason as well. But I can't anymore because I'm not a fool. And my eyeballs have watched him play too well this season, Javon. He's a coin respecter right now. Yes. He is.
Yeah.
He is. What's his interception count? I don't know. Let's see.
6. He has 6 right now. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing that I mean, I would bring up with Trevor Lawrence, everybody only says it with Dak, like he hasn't been good against the good teams that he's played outside of the Niners game. I mean, to be honest with you, in the loss last week against the Eagles, that was, I would argue, his best game of the season or most respectable game of the season. So, again, everybody wants to bring that up for Trevor Lawrence, or I do, and then everybody brings it up for Herbert, and nobody else really gets any excuse. But Dak gets way too much hate for how he's played the season, and I am a very avid Cowboys hater, just like you, in saying that.
Yep. Dak will never actually win a big playoff game, Krabs. Tell me I'm wrong. I cannot tell you you're wrong. I cannot tell you you're wrong, because they are still coached by Mike McCarthy and they are still the Cowboys. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about Dak Prescott's play. And it's been very good. It's been much better than people are acting. People who don't fucking watch the games or know football just like to hop on the bandwagon and say, hey, yeah, I know what the hell's going on. I'm just going to hop on and start roasting Dak because he's been getting chirped for the last 4 years. Guys, watch him play. He looks great. And yeah, you guys acted like I should be thrown in jail when I was talking about how he'd be better than Hurts preseason. Guys, he's been better than Hurts this season. He has. He's been better than Hurts this season. He simply has. Look at the stats. Watch him play.
Yeah,
he has been better than Hurts this season. Hurts is hurt. Hurts looks off. He's not as accurate. He's throwing tons of picks. They're barely winning. They're still winning, so you got to tip your cap. But I take Dak Prescott right now over Jalen Hurts. I do. Maybe not to win a game in the playoffs, but to win a regular season game right now, I do. Okay. Let's keep moving. Goots, who's up next? Tua. What do you think we should put Tua?
That's an interesting
Is he a coin respecter? Is he a GOAT? I wish we could put like a GOAT with like a little asterisk that says when he's healthy for only half the games of the season. But knock on wood right now, Tua's still in there. I'm rooting for him. Where do we think we put him? He is a coin respecter. I like Tua. I know you're not the biggest Tua guy, Javon, but do we put him in the coin respector? He surely isn't a GOAT.
No, I'd say he's got to be better.
You think he has to be a little bit better?
Has to be a little bit better.
What are you seeing out of Tua recently that you're not loving?
I mean, there's certain teams which, I mean, everybody brings up the Dolphins can't beat a good team thing, and it's just like certain teams put him in hell and they game plan for him just like they do with Trevor Lawrence when he's faced a really good team. So until I see Tua and the Dolphins offense get over that hump, I can't put him with a couple of those guys up there. And yes, the Dolphins defense definitely needs to be better in some spots, but fantastic against the Chiefs. That's what kept them in that game. And what do you know? The offense couldn't move the ball against the Chiefs defense. Really good Chiefs defense, but got to get over the hump.
Yep. I'm just going to say it. Jalen Hurts is mid.
No. Relax.
You can disagree.
Relax.
Counter.
Coin
Tell me why he's not mid.
It's a coin respecter.
Coin respecter?
Yes.
Coin respecter?
Yes.
Jalen Hurts, they pulled out every win by the skin of their fucking teeth this season, Javon. What coins is he respecting? The ML when they're minus 300 every game?
I mean, they also covered all those games too.
Have they been covering all these games?
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys, they covered. The Commanders either pushed or covered. They covered the Dolphins game pretty easily. Obviously, they lost the Jets game. But like all these wins, for the most part, are covers too. I mean, I would say the definition of coin respecter to me.
What is their ATS record on the season? If it's better than 500, we can put them in the coin respecters.
It's got to be better than 500. Probably not by too much. I don't know if it is, folks. But it's got to be.
I don't know, folks. I'm about to find out. What is he?
According to chat, 5-2-2.
Wow, 5-2-2. Put him in the coin respecters. All right. I will say this, though. Anybody who's watched him play this season, you guys cannot deny it. He's looked worse this year than he did last year. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think that's a debate. He definitely has.
Not saying he's worse than freaking – I'm not saying he's a bottom level QB. I'm not saying he's a bottom 15 QB. But I'm saying he's looked like shit this season. If he's that good, if he got all those flowers and all that praise last season, it's got to go both ways when he's playing like shit. The guy's got 10 picks this year already, Javon. He's not looking like that guy, straight up.
Yeah.
All right? We can put him in the coin respecters, though, if they're 5-2-2 ATS. I'm in for them.
Yeah.
All right? Dubs. We've got is that O'Connell down there?
Moose, just put him there. Don't even need to talk about it.
Yeah. Do you want to put him in Mac Jones or Moose?
No, it's just Moose. Mac Jones is probably in a tier of his own. Maybe one more.
Yeah, you're right. We might have to do like a even shittier Mac Jones category below and just leave the Mac Jones on blank and put him down the bottom one because he
Yeah.
doesn't even deserve to be in the Mac Jones one. He sucks.
Yep.
Where are we putting Sam Howell? I'm going to let you pick because chat, if I say the word goated, chat will literally form an angry mob outside my door and try to kill me today, Javon. Where are we putting him? Because he's not a coin respecter.
Not quite. I'd say mid, but he's just so far on his way up. If he was on another team, the conversation would be very different. But
He's just
put him
not
with those
mid,
mid
though. That's
quarterbacks,
okay.
and he's on his way up.
Okay. I don't think he's mid, but we will move. Jared Goff. Ooh. What do we think about Jared Goff? He's been pretty freaking good the last 2 years. I got to tip my cap. He's a coin respecter. I would say the last 2 seasons. I'm cool with putting him there.
So he's goated.
Wow. You think he's goated?
I think so.
Why is Jared Goff goated, Javon?
He just he's not going to go out there and put up 350 a game outside of, I guess, yesterday he had like 320 or something close, but he just does everything right for this Lions offense. Somebody just commented 100% like, yeah, I mean, he covers. That's certainly a thing. He's a coin respector times 6, but not many of these quarterbacks look like they've taken steps forward this year outside of a handful of guys. And one of the handful of guys is Jared Goff, who looks absolutely fantastic. He just does everything right in that system. Like week to week, you know exactly what you're getting from Jared Goff. And it isn't moose shit play 90% of the time.
I agree. Out of all the veterans in the league, he's one of the only ones who's continuously getting better. Now, maybe he has an advantage because he was kind of just not as good as the other ones, early on in his career, I'd say. But recently, in the last couple of years, he has been good. So I'm cool with putting him in there. Okay. What about is that Jordan Love down there? Got to get my freaking bifocals out.
Yeah.
Is that Jay Love? He is
It is.
moose shit. He's moose.
He's moose.
He's moose. Put him up there. Taylor Heineke.
Another conversation we need to have. Everybody wanted to blame Desmond Ridder. Falcons' offense has been worse with Taylor Heineke.
Wow.
It's been worse. So, what's the real issue here? I guess people know what the issue is. It's Arthur Smith, but Desmond Ridder is not nearly as bad as people wanted to say.
Desmond Ridder went in that game and almost, pulled them out of the depths yesterday and brought them back into that game.
Yeah,
almost.
With all due respect, as much as I love Heineke, he is also a moose shit quarterback, and Desmond Ridder deserves an apology from a lot of people.
I'm not going to agree on that yet. He's only played 2 games. Desmond had like 6 or 7. The sample size isn't fair. Heineke's only had 2 games to play.
Yeah, but he's had 2 of probably the most winnable games on their schedule.
I think we put him in the cakes because he never had a chance. They never believed in him. It was never his job. He's just a scapegoat.
Yeah, Heinekaked.
He is caked. He probably lost his job again yesterday. He is caked. Bryce Young is terrible. He's moose shit. I don't care about the trends of QBs needing time to be good. I don't care about all the graphics of all the great QBs who started out terrible. Guys, those are like a handful of guys that have turned out well who started out their careers moose shit out of the hundreds and thousands of QBs who played in the NFL. And they flashed up in a pretty graphic on prime time the other night to make it seem like Bryce Young still has a chance when he's playing on prime time. This kid stinks. And I'm not rooting against him, and I feel bad, but he is terrible. He is not an NFL QB. Maybe it's his coach's fault. I don't know. I don't care. He's terrible. He's moose shit. He deserves to be put in that category.
Yeah.
Agreed.
The only reason he's not Mac Jones is because he's playing on a dog shit team with dog shit weapons. So we'll give him a shot, maybe coming in next year to see if they can fix that. But for now, moose.
Well, I got somebody we can put in the Mac Jones cap.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Vita.
Not his fault, but shit.
It's not his fault, but he is Mac Jones moose shit level. He really is that bad. Yep. Oh, is this our little Bears QB, Badgett? He looks so tiny in this picture. What the heck? That's got to be him, though, right? Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He'll be getting his job taken away anyways. I thought he was better than expected, but he's still moose shit. But out of respect, we could put him in the cakes because his time is done here with Justin Fields coming back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Should we move caked above moose shit?
No, leave it there.
Okay. All right. Gardner Minshew. He is moose shit.
Moose shit. Yeah.
Jameis Winston, though. Don't let him be
Goated.
hot.
Goated.
Dude, you're going to have the sell job of a lifetime to tell me why Jameis Winston's goated.
I mean, just watch the touchdown, man. Watch the touchdown that he threw across the field. This is a classic.
They almost came
Jameis
back.
play. Yeah,
They almost came
did
back and won
almost
that
come
game.
back.
People forget.
Yeah, we'll say he's caked until
Yeah.
I guess both of them are cakes. They're both in there.
We could put Jameis in the goated category. I know he's your guy.
I feel like he could go in the goated category just because he's Jameis.
Let's put him up there. He is goated.
He is goated.
Mainly
And
for the
Derek-
stuff off the
Derek-
field.
Yeah, then Derek Carr can be caked.
Derek Carr is the worst. He is Mac Jones level, but I'm
Also-
down to put him in cake if you want.
Yeah, he's I
put
don't know
him
what
in
happened
cake.
yesterday. It was his shoulder concussed or something. But
We'll put him in cake.
give
He's banged
Jameis
up.
the keys, man.
I mean, I think they're going to have to, right?
Be hilarious.
Yeah. He's back. He's so back. What about your guy Baker? What do you think about him? He's pretty mid.
He's mushy.
Oh, he's Moose. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he is Moose. Sure. Kyler Murray, welcome back to the NFL. Great game. Pretty good game. We didn't
Yeah.
watch it. We were just following the stats and seeing him move all the way down the field and do good things. I'd say he's a coin respecter.
Yeah,
Wanna know this
for
season?
now. We could
For now.
say
I mean, he's
trying
only
to think
played
of
one
where
game
you
this
put
year.
him.
I don't really think we could say he's got to be better, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
He's not goated. I don't think he's mid. I think Kyler's a little underrated. I think he's had some really bad coaches and situations going on. I think their owner's terrible out there. I don't think he's really set up for success. But counter if you want to put him down lower. What do you like?
So we put him mid, just looking at the quarterbacks there and the fact that it's only been one game. Just
Okay.
like we acknowledge that he has the potential to be on his way up, but I can't put him up.
I mean,
there
you're right.
yet.
He's not better than Sam Howell. He's just not. So
Yeah.
Okay. Dubs. Who else we got, Goots? We got one more row left, I think. We could put some of these guys in the caked or Mac Jones and power through these probably.
Yeah.
Um,
Stafford's caked.
Stafford right now is caked.
Josh
We've
Dobbs,
got
auto-goated.
Josh Dobbs is a goat. Put him up there. He's a fucking beast. Why is his head twice the size of everybody else in that picture? Brock Purdy. He is a quarter respecter, in my opinion. He's close to being a goat.
He is. Yeah. Watch
Is
what
that the right
happens
answer?
coming off a bye week these couple weeks. Master classes.
Geno Smith. I feel like he's either mid or moose shit. But, after a nice little win yesterday, I'm feeling nice against my Manders. Maybe he's just mid? Or are you saying he's
Mid.
moose?
That's in mid.
Okay. All right. I love Gino. I love his grit. I love that, I ain't right back though. That quote from him
Yeah.
from 2 years ago or last year, that was elite. And what a story, Gino, who really struggled early on in his career. Beast. What are we doing with your guy, Deshaun Watson?
It's in mid.
You don't think he's missed yet?
No, I'd say he's steps ahead of all those quarterbacks in the Musha category.
You don't think his
One
play or stats would put him in the missed shit category, though?
His play when he went on the road and beat the Ravens, the hottest team in the NFL.
Yeah. But that was the defense, though.
Was it?
Well, the pick sixes and TOs.
Is it? So, I mean, the defense gave up 24, 23. Scratch out the pick six.
We could put him in mid, but I think he sucks. I do. I've been disappointed with him this season. He hasn't done anything. I haven't seen him have one good game or do anything cool this whole year.
He
He's
hasn't
been hurt. He's been
played.
bad.
He hasn't played.
He's been hurt. He's been bad. He's underperformed. He's been moose shit. He has. They have like one of the easiest schedules in football for the rest of the season. So me saying that plus that equals maybe potentials for him to be good down the line. But this season he's been moose shit. He has. Like he has not been mid. He's been moose shit this season.
All right, put him in Musha then.
He's moose.
Find out. We'll
Yes.
all find out very soon if he stays healthy. Just how the guy
All
is.
right.
Yeah,
Look to
didn't
be
have
out.
an incomplete pass in the second half. It's crazy against the Ravens defense.
He tweaked. Let's do it for a full game. Let's do it for 2 games. And we'll bump him right up, I promise. Okay. Kenny Pickett. Ooh.
Musha.
He wins, but he's not good. No, Goots. We can't just put him in Mac Jones because you hate him. Moose shit, I'm good with that. He does respect coins, though.
Sometimes.
I'm just saying, like his ATS, he comes through on prime time. He could probably go in that coin respector category too. Maybe not by his play, but by the results.
Yeah.
Keep
I mean,
him
it's
in
not
the news
really
'cause of his
him, though.
play.
It's like Mike Tomlin.
It's Mike
is the coin
Tomlin's powers.
respecter.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. CJ Stroud's a goat.
It's a coin respecter.
Okay. We can put him in the coin respecters, but if he keeps doing this shit and we come back here and do this again before the season ends, we might have to bump him up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he is, though, because he doesn't play anybody. It's like, we'll have this conversation again.
And we might have to move him up together because he's been having one of the best rookie years I've ever seen as a QB. He just has.
Get there. We can get there.
He has. Him and Sam Howell have low-key been having like two of the most ridiculous rookie seasons we've seen in years. Desmond Ritter, I think he's terrible. He's moose shit. I'm good with that. Carson Wentz.
Put him in Mac Jones.
Carson Wentz, he deserves to be in the Mac Jones category. I still cannot. For some reason, I'll just be sitting here doing work sometimes, Javon, and I'll just picture that image of Carson Wentz when he was freaking working out this offseason, and they tweeted a picture of him in like 7 different teams' clothes.
Every different team's clothes.
Every once a week, I think of that image and I laugh. I laugh at Carson Wentz. I do. He is in the Mac Jones category. He is terrible. I cannot believe he just got another job. Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Can we do tight ends next so I can put Laporta in this shit? No,
we cannot.
You cannot. Can we get that off the screen so I can see these guys? Okay. Oh, why is Jacoby Brissett still up there? I don't really know what to do with him. He's kind of caked though because he's a backup. I guess we could just put him in there.
For sure, caked.
What about who do we got left
Kyle
here?
Trask.
Yeah, why is he up there?
Mac Jones.
Who are these? Who is this slew? I know it's Darnold on the right. We've got your guy Trask on the left. Why am I blanking on middle?
Can't even see that far.
It's Tune, I think.
Oh,
is that Clayton Tune?
Clayton Tune. Yeah,
they're all Mac Jones.
Put those guys all in the Mac Jones cat. Actually, put Sam Darnold in the caked because I do still believe in Sam Darnold. I just don't think he's gotten a chance. He's caked. Put the other 2 guys in the Mac Jones. They stink. I still believe in Sam Darnold. I do. Okay. Yeah, where's Zach Wilson, Goots? We fucked up.
I mean, it's just add another to the Moshe category.
Yeah, I mean, we could literally make his own category under Mac Jones. It just says
Zach Wilson. He could have his own Zach Wilson category.
God, he is terrible. Oh, yeah. And every time they're driving, every time the Jets are coming back, you know what's coming. When Zach Wilson's in the game, a pick or a fumble.
Yep.
That kid, he is so deep in his own brain. I feel bad for him. I really do. Chat, this is your QB rankings, probably the most official, most accurate QB rankings you're going to find out there on the market. So take a little mental screenshot of that. And we're going to pivot and talk about some games for today, Javon. It's about that time. To be honest with you, looking through the college basketball slate today and looking at how bad my picks were in week 1, I was not super pressed with going through every single game today on the college basketball slate, but there's a couple worth noting. There's a couple we probably have plays in. Let's talk about them. You want to start with Michigan and St. John's here. This is probably the most, the coolest game people are looking forward to the most today. Michigan, St. John's, they're playing at freaking MSG. There's nothing like seeing a college basketball game at MSG. I've never been, but that's what I've heard from a bazillion people. I need to get up there for a CBB game this year. Michigan, honestly, has been pretty impressive so far this season. And I don't think Juwan Howard came back for game 2. Somebody in chat can correct me, but I think he's still recovering from a heart surgery. But if he's back, let me know. Either way, though, I mean, Michigan low-key has 2 head coaches anyways, and they have absolutely smacked the first 2 teams they played. They smacked UNC Asheville, Javon, in that first game where UNC Asheville was very fake sharp with their very good and the major player, and then they destroyed Youngstown State by 30 in their next game. St. John's, they're 1-0. They did their job. They didn't cover, but it was close. They beat Stonehill in their first game. This will be Pitino's first real test at St. John's. All eyes, all college basketball fans will be watching this one on FS1 tonight at 6:30 p.m. Javon, I cannot figure out what is the square play in this game. You've got Michigan, who's always square, but they've been looking pretty good so far this season, their first 2 games, and they are not as trendy this year as they have been in years past because their roster isn't as stacked. Then you got St. John's, who's got Rick Pitino. So obviously they're trendy and a public favorite, and everyone's got eyes on them. The spread's moved from -1.5 to -2.5 for St. John's. What is the bet you're eyeing in this game, Javon?
I like points in this game because, to be honest with you, I guess the way this game winds up, it looks towards St. John's for me, just because I believe in their roster and their depth and their size, which is really what you need to match up with Michigan. But I go on Twitter this morning, I see 50 St. John's when they're probably the fake sharp POD of the day. So I'm good staying off of that, even though I do still believe in that team. But I do think you can get points. I think both these offenses match up pretty well with both the defenses that you're going to see in these games. Scoring-wise, like, you have two really good backcourts, so you can rely on a ton of guys there against guards that they match up against well. So I think there's going to be no shortage of scoring. I think the offenses are going to move with tempo and pace. I think there's going to be a lot of points. I mean, that's what I would take in this game. I can't take the Twitter POD St. John's play. I got it. No.
Hey, they do have a chance that it is Public Monday.
They do.
If there's any day that's going to be done, they do have a chance. And I'd say, gun to my head, I'm probably playing St. John's. I don't love it. I don't think I'm going to play it. I don't think I'm going to get to the counter with this one, Javon, because I'm with you. Everyone on earth who's ever sent a bet is on St. John's today in some capacity on Twitter. But then you look at the splits, and you see that Michigan is actually public on the ML. They're getting more than 60% of bets and handle on the ML, Javon. But then you look at the spreads, and St. John's is actually the public team on the spread a little bit with relatively sharp splits, 44% of bets, 56% of handle on the spread for St. John's. Nothing really crazy, nothing extra sharp, but I'd say I lean St. John's being the sharp side there on the spread with the splits, but nothing crazy. I don't know what to make of this game. Probably going to end up staying off and just enjoying it and watching it. Let's see how legitimate this St. John's team is. Let's see how fast Rick Pitino can get them in action and competitive. I'd say after watching guys like Coach Prime dominate early on and overperform and exceed expectations early, I don't doubt what Rick Pitino can do, and I would not be surprised, with the NIL and the transfer portal, if these guys aren't already elite in his first season. Would not be shocked. I know he brought in some pretty good pieces. I like the spread moving to -2.5. If I had to play something in this game, I'd be taking St. John's. Now, the over is also a decent look too. The total's moved up, but it is a tad public, Javon. Do you think we're seeing points in this game? The one thing keeping me off this over would be the nerves. They're playing in MSG, and it's Pitino's first, real game here back.
Yeah, that's also fair. It's also fair. The big reason I believe in the points in this game has a lot to do with St. John's when they bring in that second unit, which I think is deeper than a lot of teams have really in college basketball. That's what I believe in. And I think they'll be able to get to the rim with ease against this Michigan backcourt. Their perimeter defense has been god-awful and will be god-awful for the rest of the season. It's just down low, they overpower teams with size sometimes with, I assume Joel Soriano would be good to go in this game, but regardless, they should be able to hang with them in the paint. So I think it's going to be plenty of scoring, plenty of tempo too, which is why I'm down.
Yep. Give me the over. Give me St. John's. TBD if I'm getting to the counter, and we move. What about FIU and Miami, Javon? What do you know about the damn Panthers? What do you know about FIU?
Yeah, you might as well set up 3-4 traffic cones on the edge of the perimeter because that's pretty much what you're going to get from their guards today and for the rest of the season. So that's what I know.
That is music to my ears. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I like the over. I like points in this game. Over 165.5. I mean, it just keeps on fucking moving and grooving up. It's even higher than it was earlier when I got it at 164.5. But 165 here on Green Book, sure. WCLB here if you still want to get in on it. But Miami's going to go out there and dominate. FIU, like you said, Javon, they don't play a lick of defense. They can score a little bit, but this is more of a bet on Miami's offense and FIU's Musha defense. And I obviously not a hot take here. It's a ranked Miami team playing FIU. I think the Hurricanes are going to carry this over themselves. I think they're going to score over 100 points in this game is what I'm predicting. We saw them put up an 88 burger against UCF in their last game. They put up a 101 piece against NJIT. I think we'll see FIU's defense look pretty similar in between those two teams, skill levels, NJIT and UCF. So somewhere probably between 95 and 100 points expected here from Miami tonight at home, which is good. And FIU really is that bad. I know this might not sound like a craps play. This is more of just a basketball brain play and a square play, I guess you could say, because it does make sense. But I love the way the total's moving up. The splits are relatively sharp. Give me points in Miami tonight. FIU, they're going to be looking like they're playing defensive blindfolds on.
Yeah, pretty much. And I faded them with Tarleton State in their last game because the one thing you need with Tarleton State is to not make them a team that has to shoot. So, like, all they had to do was rim run pretty much the entire game. And Miami's guards are very obviously 75 times more talented than anybody Tarleton State has. And it's just going to get very, very ugly. I think I would rather play Miami on the spread. That would be what I would go to that game.
Wow. Just laying it with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Wouldn't be playing the first half, be smarter in big spreads because subs can come in and try to chew clock at the end of the games. I mean, it can go both ways, like lightning. You could also get blessed in the second half if the big dog you took in the first half got destroyed. They're down 30, but they end up, coming back a little bit and showing life, and maybe they tie the second half against the second team or third team. It can help, it can hurt. It just depends on the situation. It depends on the game. Okay. Javon, any other CBB games you wanted to talk about? Villanova at Penn is an interesting one at the Palestra tonight. Not really trying to get sharp with Penn. A little surprised to see Villanova honestly moving up to -12 here. They actually opened up, I think, a 9.5-point favorites before moving up to 12. Penn, though, has been putting up some points. They put up 80 points in their first game. They put up only 61, though, in their second one. I don't know. I think it's probably Villanova here on the road taking care of business. I feel like Penn's been a little bit better than people have expected so far this season.
Yeah, I'm kind of off because I think they're going to get clamped by Villanova's defense today for a bit of the game.
Okay.
So I don't know if I believe in them scoring so much in this one, and I definitely don't want to go against that move. It feels like a Villanova reminder game.
I'm seeing it's in the Palestra chat. I'm not seeing that it's at any other NBA stadium or anything like that. Okay. Javon, any other games you wanted to talk about? That Pitt FGCU game is, maybe a tad short. I wouldn't mind taking a stab at FGCU here on the roads after 2 straight losses. I'm just not a big Pitt guy. I'm not buying their team this season. I'm not buying their coach. I really don't like their coach. And I think last season was a little bit of an anomaly. I think they kind of hit the mother load, the jackpot in the transfer portal last season. They're losing some good studs. They're losing like 3 of their top 5 scorers from last year. I'm not buying this Pitt team, but they've looked great in their first 2 games. They've absolutely destroyed the 2 crummy teams they've played so far, and the games have sort of over with plenty of points. I feel like it's a little bit of a short line, though. What do you think? I know FGCU gets respect. They still get respect from when they were Dunk City, 7 or 8 years ago in the March Madness, right? And even this season, too, they've been short dogs this entire time. So maybe we just stay off, but it's probably worth noting that Pitt -9 is probably not the right play here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think kind of coming around to Pitt a little bit. I know it's only been 2 games to open the season, but I really like what I've seen. So I kind of am in the headspace of maybe they're better than the books are able to adjust to at this point. And I need to see a couple games from them because they seem like a little more well-rounded of a team than we saw last year. That was very one-dimensional, and now they have guard play that I can believe in, as well as Blake Hinson, obviously. So I'm not too sure. The move, it's starting to go back up to 9.5 now, which would concern me. I don't want to get a Q with FGCU. I'll tell you that much.
Do you want to get cute with ODU on the road at Arkansas? Does that game pique your interest?
A little bit. Probably not enough to play it. I don't know. You want to fade your boys?
Not necessarily. So I'm very high on Arkansas this season. And guys, I don't really send college basketball futures before the season because I just think college basketball and the variance is so ridiculous where, at least when I've taken futures before the season, those shits never hit. And sometimes those teams don't even fucking make it in. I'd rather send my futures halfway to 75% through the season and we have a better angle and handle on these teams, especially now when 25% of players are transferring in D1 in college basketball. So I'm not a big futures guy, but definitely had Arkansas circled before the season, Javon, and I still do like this team. And they are 2-0, ranked 14 right now. They're trying a little bit of a new strategy this season, but they still have a great coach. It's not really youth and one and done NBA this season. They went out, they got a couple of veterans, and that's the kind of style they're going with this season. ODU is very athletic, and they play good defense. They're not the biggest team out there, and they're not great shooters, but they're very, very athletic. They can keep up with anybody, even Arkansas. And I thought that spread, that opener, was a little bit short, being within 20. Caught my eye. Not saying we have to play it, but definitely leaning ODU to be athletic enough to keep this one within 20.
I just don't know if they're big enough, which is my problem. Like, obviously, 21 points is a bigger threshold than another game that we could apply this to. But, like, a lot of their offense is just pick and roll with a very young freshman guard and then another junior guard who is just relying on getting to the rim. So, like, if Arkansas stops that, I mean, this game is going to get disgusting. So, like, I don't know if this is the spot I necessarily want to be fading Arkansas's defense when this could be a spot where they just have them in hell.
Okay. All right. Worth noting, the splits look good on ODO.
Yeah.
So going to go out there and play the game. They've got the rare 1% handle on the ML. Always a good sign for ODO there. Another small Virginia school that's just on the come up with their sports. How about South Dakota State and Kansas State? Another short line. Wanted to bring up here real quick, but not really like Kansas State's been playing well recently to earn any sort of respect on lines or just by people. They've not played great so far this season. I mean, they got destroyed by USC when they were the fake sharp POD. Very, very thankful and happy I actually stayed off them in that game. And then they barely beat Bellarmine. They couldn't even win that game by 10 plus. I don't get it. And then South Dakota State, I mean, they're not really anything special, but they've been a pretty good, the Jackrabbits have been in March Madness in recent years. They're well coached. They're a pretty competitive team in that conference every season. And they still have Mayo, who's putting up a ridiculous 28 points per game this season. Javon, this kid's a stud. Do not sleep on Mayo. Do not sleep on South Dakota State.
Yeah. And I mean, this is like just such a weird spot for Kansas State to begin the season because obviously there's a lot of things going on with the personnel of the team, which is why they're so shorthanded to begin the season. And if we're talking about like a guy or two down low, they might not get back for the entirety of the season. So really, like, they're not shooting well between Cam Carter and Tyler Perry. They're screwed in pretty much any game. And every game's going to be close. Like, we haven't seen that yet. So I would not be against laying it with South Dakota State here, taking the points, 10.5, 10, whatever you get. Probably keep this one weirdly close.
That spread just keeps on moving. Opened up at 12.5 chat, and it's just slowly been moving. We're going to see that in single digits soon. I like that play. A very well-coached veteran South Dakota State team that should not be slept on. And Kansas State, we know they were one of the luckiest, best teams in basketball last season. They did return a couple of their veterans, but they lost a lot of key pieces. Marquise Noel, you guys remember him? He was a stud. He gone. And they have really not looked great in their first two games this season. Maybe we keep fading until they start figuring their shit out. They probably will. But right now we fade. We take those 10 points and we move, right?
We do.
Okay. Stetson Houston, any comments? I know you like tracking that Houston team. They're very good.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite play of the day on Stetson team total under 53.5.
Okay.
Which another one that I was kind of going back and forth between whether I want to take that or just lay Houston on the spread, which I guess it's a little recency bias because they literally won in their last game. It was like 80-52 or something that landed like right on the line. They didn't cover by half a point, but it was a very similar type script. But Stetson's like a massive like jump shooting team. They don't get to the rim. So like they shot in their first two games, which one of them was against like Trinity Christian, a fake school, and then UNLV. They shot 66 threes in those two games, which is absolutely ridiculous. So they do that. They play a lot of ISO ball unless like there's a mismatch inside, which they did against the fake school for a little bit. You're not going to have that against Houston. You want to take 66 threes or 35 or 31 a game like they had in those games against Houston. Good luck because you're not going to hit them. Like they had Corpus Christi when played Houston. They shot 5 of 21. Louisiana Monroe shot 3 for 16 from 3. So it's not like you're going to have any open looks. It's not like you're going to have any great looks at the basket either. So like Houston is going to have this team in hell. And they basically play like two bigs. One of them can stretch the floor. One of them is not. So like you're not going to see many mismatches. Like Houston is too big, too athletic to hang anything on this team. Like I wouldn't be shocked. I think Louisiana Monroe scored 37 or something in that game. I wouldn't be shocked if it's very, very similar. And they hang like low 40s. I don't think they're hitting 50.
2 words. Clamps.
Clamps.
That's what Houston does.
That's what you're going to get.
Clamps. I mean, I don't know, and I cannot believe this is actually fucked up. I'm forgetting the coach's name. Is it Sampson? Who's the Houston coach? Yeah, Kelvin Sampson. I mean, okay. Who hurt Kelvin Sampson growing up? Who broke my man's heart growing up? who got my man so in the defensive lab to be able to craft up these freaking formations and this just formidable defense, the best defense in college basketball for the last 10 years. Tip your cap. Nobody talks about it as much because it's not as exciting. Doesn't sell as much in the media. Defense, right?
Yeah.
But holy shit, this team is impressive, and now they're in a new, real legitimate conference here now, Javon. Very curious to see how Sampson takes his Houston team into battle this season, and I have a pretty good feeling that you're on a good wager here, fading Stetson Bennett. They are atrocious. They're going to look like Lemoyne out there. Same level.
Yeah, we fade Stetsons in this household.
Okay, you're right. We do fade Stetsons in this household. All right. Dubs. Looks like we got a new Ben the Better tweet out. Fat Girls Inc. is talking about it. Is that worth our time or no? I'm not even going to look it up. Yeah, probably not. What about Xavier and Purdue? Why is that line so fat? Purdue better win this game by a hundo?
That line.
Like, I love Sean Miller. I want to start backing Sean Miller. I want to start getting on the Xavier train, Javon, but not with this spread. No, thank you. And it keeps moving towards Purdue. Now up to 18 some places. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, if you had seen this last year, you would have been absolutely beside yourself even then. It's just like, I know this is such a different Xavier team who lost pretty much their entire starting lineup, but good Lord, this is a fat line. I probably do not want to buy into Xavier having any sort of, good looks with this new lineup of at least 4 of the 5. Probably not doing it today. I'm good.
Maybe a team we buy in towards the end of the season, not a team we're going to want to buy now with them figuring out their 10 freshmen out there.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just like where the question now is like, where are you going to get consistent scoring from? Because they haven't really figured that out yet. It's like against a Purdue team where I don't want to say you have to be one-dimensional because that's not really the case, but you have to figure out and it's plan of attack when you're talking about getting into the paint. That's kind of a tough spot to be in this early in the season. So it's probably why we're seeing 16, 15 and a half up to where it is now. It's 17 and a half, probably going higher.
There's no way this is an actual real tweet that somebody believes, wants people to believe, and is putting out there to the public. Do people not have any sort of sense of how to be a human being? I don't know. Was having a crappy week already. I hired someone to be a moderator for my Discord, and it turns out they were a secret agent from another community. Yeah, I bet, Ben. Someone who really hates you that much and is thinking about you all day that much. Okay, where they're hacking your Discord, and it turns out they were a secret agent. You sound like the biggest fucking goofball of all time. You sound like you haven't seen a tit. Ever. Is what it sounds like from that tweet. Ben the Better, you make me sick. Ben the Better, I would love to deke it out in person and just see what is up with you. Who made you the way that you are? Why do you suck so much? I don't know. I would love to get in the ring with Ben the Better, but if I had to guess, I'd say he's probably 5'6", by the way he acts. 5'5", maybe? What do you think? There's no way he's over 5'6".
Probably around there. Probably around there.
So I don't know if it'd be fair for me to get in the ring with him. I might hurt him.
Yeah, he just might.
Lockmith, what's up, Beast? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I mean, if you talk shit to anybody in my squad, I hate your guts and I will destroy you. Over the internet, in person, I will.
I'm sure plenty of people are
that boat?
sad that they bought his Discord and it shut down. Plenty of people are doing that.
If you are buying Ben the Better's Discord for picks, you are the problem. You are the issue. First of all, if you're buying anybody's picks, you're the problem. You're the issue. But if you're buying Ben the Better's picks, if you are giving that kid money and you are buying his wagers that he's placing, wow, you've got some issues. You've got some issues. Please don't do that. Chiota, you know I have your back, dude. You know I have your back.
Always.
Okay, come on. Why buy picks when you can tell the squad ride? I don't know. That's what I've been trying to fucking figure out for the last year and a half. That's why I'm so fucking confused. Why are people buying picks? You have a squad ride that's 50 games over 500 for free every day. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, Javon, late night games. Talk about them. Tell me about them. Tell me this, Pen. What do you like?
Late night games? I mean, I think Pepperdine beats the absolute living piss out of LIU. Tell you that much. This is seeing the total as high as it is too, and this line rising after Pepperdine I know like LIU is probably, you can argue, one of the worst teams in Division I basketball, but Pepperdine, when they're at their worst, they're probably close to them. And I don't think they will be in this game just because the defense on LIU's end is going to be so horrendous. Like we see a 160 total at this point, which is perfect for Pepperdine style of basketball. You're going to see totals that high when they play. But I think the tempo that they play with and the rim running that they're going to be able to do this game, that's just like perfect Pepperdine scripts. So they'd probably beat the living shit out of LIU.
Yeah. I have PTSD from Ben Pepperdine when they had,
Totally
what was his name? Max. Why am I forgetting his last name? He's in the league now, isn't he?
Maxwell Lewis. Yeah, he's in the Lakers.
Maxwell Lewis.
Was in the Lakers. I don't know if he still is there.
Well, rooting for him. Hope he figures it out. But that kid was a stud.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, though, just did not have the juice. Chat, what were you guys talking about? Anybody out there you like who sells picks? Or do you just hate them all? Case 50 cents. No, there are a handful of people who come on stream and are in the Book It community who do sell picks, and I might not believe in that or agree with it, but they are good people, and I don't hate them. So I'm not going to name any names with anybody because I don't want to miss out on people, and I don't want to roast anybody by name besides Ben the Better because that guy's a loser. But you guys know who they are. The goats who are in the Book It community who we keep around, who come on stream and have good vibes and are good people, and they're not scammers, and they're not just shit humans, right? Guys like Safari, he's a good person, right? I like him. He might sell picks, but I still like him, you know? We move, but there's not that many of those people. That's the issue, guys. There's not that many good people like that. That's the problem. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. GABA, $300 a month? Give me a fucking break, dude.
It's hilarious. I would only buy that if it came with a sell job every single time. They sent a private video.
Love his sell job, like a cameo type, where it's just like
cameo type sell job for every pick.
Oh man, I miss Gabagool report. All right, let's get this fucking late night CBB out of here because those games are absolute dog water. Let's talk about Thursday night football, Monday night football. Jesus, my brain is in mush, Javon. Let's talk about Monday night football. Let's talk about the Broncos and the Bills. We were lucky enough to be able to see the Bills a couple weeks ago up there in Buffalo. Electric trip, electric game. Tonight, we've got two teams who I guess you could say are moving in different directions, in my opinion. You've got the Broncos, who won their last two games and then just had a bye week, which I love, betting a team coming off a bye week. And then you've got the Broncos, who were the Buffalo Bills, who were 5-4, Javon. And they have not looked too sharp recently. They've lost 3 of their last 5. They don't cover. And that's the one thing I can't get out of my fucking head today, Javon, because I want to bet the Broncos. But the Bills don't cover. I know what people in chat are going to say. Just keep fucking fading them until they do. But you guys know how my brain works. My contrarian ass hates fading teams who haven't covered since now, right? And they haven't covered in a month and a half, Javon. And they've gotten a couple decent wins. You know, they beat the Bucks when we were up there. They didn't cover then. They beat the Giants barely by 5. This team has not impressed at all in the last month and a half, Javon. There hasn't been one game where they've done something impressive or looked like the Josh Allen or the Bills from 2022. The alarms are going to start to sound if they don't beat the absolute piss out of the Broncos tonight. The alarms will sound. And they know that. I'm sure the coaches know that. I'm sure Josh Allen knows that. These guys aren't idiots. They got to their positions, for a reason. But Javon, if they don't absolutely clap up Russell Wilson and the Broncos today, the alarms are getting sound. In my opinion, I think Russ and the momentum they have after a nice little win against the Chiefs and a bye week to prep extra for this game could end up being the difference for Russ, the Broncos, and Javon. What's the one narrative in the NFL that we've heard all day today about primetime games? I know you've heard it. I know you've seen it. What's the night game narrative you've been seeing on Twitter today?
Well, I've seen it, but I've also seen 50 separate tweets just like the one up here talking about how this is basically the one that has a chance to go over. It's weird that the total has been taking up. It's like this seems to be the one that everybody's finally getting cued on and taking the over. I might have to stick with the under. That
was the last thing that I wanted to hear. I'll be honest with you. I have not been getting those vibes. I haven't seen a single tweet, and I believe you. You've probably just been on Twitter more than me today and just more locked in, but I have not seen shit about people wanting to actually take the over in this game. I mean, the Bills offense hasn't done anything to do it, and the Broncos defense recently has been clamps, and the Bills have a good defense, but if you actually look at it, they're all still hurt.
I've seen
Looks like the total
tweets.
45 open, 46.5 yesterday, 47.5 today. Only 20% of the bets are on the over. Yeah, a tweet like that makes me think that my man John Ewing is trying to get, his employer's money up and maybe even up the handle there. Is that the kind of vibe you're getting there, Javon? Is that maybe he's out there on a mission trying to even up the handle for the Gold Book?
Maybe
I guess we can start calling them now. The Golden Book.
Mm-hmm. That, and we got Court Sports dripping for scores, man. We might not get points. And like for football reasons, not actually just the blind primetime under. I do like the under because like if you're going to beat the Broncos defense, which I guess people don't realize has been like much better the last handful of weeks, and now they're coming off of a bye where they had time to get it together. You really want to be like dominant on the ground, which the Bills very clearly are not. Like I love James Cook. I think it's a long-term project for them, and he's looked good in certain spots. But if that has to be the game plan to like destroy this Broncos defense, I don't think you're going to get that from the Bills. And on the other side, with the Broncos coming off of a bye week against the Bills defense that is going to get pressure on Russell Wilson, what do I think he's going to do be very good at tonight, taking exactly what the defense gives him. So like plenty of dump downs. I'd love to get involved in like I assume Javonte Williams is going to be the guy out of the backfield. It's going to get a lot of dump downs or just guys who are short yardage targets in general for Russ. Like I think it's going to be a lot of longer drives, a lot of Russ not making the game-changing mistakes, and this is just a very slow game.
Yeah, I don't know, Javon. I just can't get over the fact that all the squares on PrizePicks are getting bumped up, at least when I was looking this morning. Everyone's getting bumped up. You know what game it reminded me of? And I apologize for bringing it up, but I'm going to. The Lions game yesterday, where everybody in that game got bumped up. Seeing the same shit today. And maybe it's not the same because I'm sure the guys today, all their squares are a little bit lower than in the Lions game. So it's probably not, as meaningful. But, Javon, every under is hit in the last 10 games in primetime. That cannot continue. You're seeing all the tweets out and about it. It's definitely scaring me a little bit. And the tweet we saw before with Ewing talking about it scares the living heck out of me too, because why else would he tweet that other than trying to get handle on the over to even it up for the books and limit their exposure, right? I'm with you on that. It's sketch. And guys, I was not a John Ewing hater, and I still am not a John Ewing hater. Okay, I've never actually talked to the guy, and I'm not going to roast him, without actually, talking to him much. But I hit him up one time to come on BTL. This was probably almost a year ago when I was first starting at Javon. He doesn't do stuff like that. He's not allowed to go on shows. He's not allowed to go on people's podcasts or any of that stuff to talk about shit. I wonder why that would be the case. I'll let chat in their little minds run with that one as we move, Javon. Damn. We're on different sides in this game. You like the under?
I think once we start getting
– come on.
Like there's a couple really good games coming up in prime time. I think the trend's going to end once those kind of take over. Like Thursday we get Bengals Ravens. I think that could be the game that snaps it. But tonight, because honestly, if you like the Broncos in this game, I kind of think you like a similar game script. So I would be perfectly fine leading into letting Russ cook in the short term. Like I think he's going to be running for his life too when he's under this pressure. So like I would take a stab at a lot of the shorter props. Javonte Williams receiving yards / receptions, and then Russ running. I think they're going to do everything in their power to game plan for him not to make the mistake that changes the game.
Okay. I don't know, man. I keep seeing the bumps, and I keep getting excited. What do you think about the sides?
I don't think this game is going to be like 16-9. It's like the total is still, 48, 47.5. It could get very close to that. You could see
nobody's betting the over. Like everywhere I've looked has less than 30% of bets and handle on the over, and the total is just creeping on up.
I'm not arguing that it's public by the splits.
It's weird,
but Twitter and splits are two different stratospheres. So I will gladly lean into
Yes, they are.
people stripping for scores on the over tonight.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, I have to lean the Broncos. I feel like it very likely ends on 7. And it's pretty much for the same exact script that I was talking about with the under. I think it's going to be a lot of short to intermediate, really on both sides. The Bills are going to try and run the ball down the Broncos' throat, especially early in the game, and I don't think you're going to be incredibly efficient at doing so. So, I mean, I'm kind of buying into this Broncos defense being a little bit better over the past couple of weeks, and obviously you have the bye week and in effect of that now too. So at least start off relatively slow is kind of what I'm thinking for this game.
Okay. Well, I hope they get hot for my bank account's sake, because I like points in this one. And I do like the Broncos. And I'm typically not fading a team who hasn't covered in a month and a half. I'm typically not betting on a team who just pulled out 2 wins for the first time all year and then has a bye week that they're coming off of, Javon. Like, that's not me. That's not how I bet. But sometimes you got to flip the script. Sometimes you got to switch it up on them, because you can't just keep the same recipe and expect to make money in the same sport year in, year out. Day-to-day wise, sometimes you got to pivot and you got to make a bet that you typically wouldn't. And in this spots, that's kind of where I'm doing it here with the Broncos plus 7.5, because at the end of the day, it's still the Broncos who stink against the Bills. And to be honest with you, Javon, I've watched a lot of the Bills games the last month and a half. They really do look that bad. There is something wrong with that team. Their defense is hurt. I blame their defense liability on their defensive injuries. Their offense, though, they don't got any excuses. They have a new coach who sucks, and they need to change the play call. It's that simple. Go back to what you were doing last season when your offense was almost twice as efficient. It's not rocket science. But until they do that, Javon, I'm going to keep fading this team. And they're still the Bills. I still feel good about fading them because they're still a public team. Today, they're still public on the spread somehow. They're still getting 90% of bets on the ML somehow, Javon. It's disgusting. It's like people just wake up and they just bet the Bills and Josh Allen. I get it. But, like, what have they done recently to earn our coins? Nothing. Zip.
Yeah.
Zilch.
Not a lick. Not a lick.
Nada. Not a lick. Dude, Russ might win this game outright. I'll tell you what Sean Payton and Russ have been thinking and telling their team the last 2 weeks. Boys, we have a chance. We're 3-5 right now. We win this game on the road, and we're only a game under 500, and we've got plenty of games left. We can still sneak into the playoffs. I guarantee you that's what they're telling them. I guarantee you that's what they're starting to believe. They're going to fucking push that shit, force it in these players' brains coming off a bye week, and they're going to come in dialed and locked in, and they're going to believe it too, Javon. You know why? Because they just beat the fucking Chiefs. We just saw them beat the best team in football. Now they're playing the best team in football that sucks, right? The best team in football that's taken a huge step back this season. It's got to be the Broncos. It's not a typical Crabs play, but it is Crabs play tonight. It is. Give me the plus 7.5. Book it. All right?
Yeah.
What else do you like in this game? Any other squares that you wanted to mention? I know your ass is taking a peep at the board.
Yeah, I'm taking a peep at the board. Not too much that I like, though. Like I said, I like both running backs, but especially Javonte Williams, because I assume he's going to get a majority of the workload there out of the backfield. I think it's going to be check down central for Russ and a lot of short intermediate. So check down central. I wouldn't mind the receiving yards there. Don't know if they will put up a reception square, but if that comes up, I'd probably rather take that. But I'm perfectly fine taking the 16.5 receiving yards, more than that for Javonte Williams. And I like Russ rushing yards too, which is probably a little more court, but I do think the pressure that they're going to get onto him is going to force him to be very conservative and not throw the ball, very far downfield, but kind of take what the defense gives him. And I've seen that number, trickling up over the past couple hours here, which I like there too.
Also, are you taking Mizzou in college basketball today? Did that just slip through the cracks?
That did slip through the cracks. Yeah, I am.
Oh no. We could talk about that towards the end when we do squad ride. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, that's about it that I have. I don't really know what to pick out of the Bills side of things, other than, I like the matchup for Kincaid, but other than that, I don't really feel great about getting in any squares for the Bills side there.
Yeah, there's some squares up there that are causing some hesitancies in my eyes with one in the back, the Broncos. Some of these Russ squares, man, are sketching me a little bit. I do like that his passing yards has gotten bumped up a bunch of times. That's good. But He's got that freaking one passing touchdown up, which I know it keeps hitting. I know it keeps going more than, and I know it's green. So most normal people would say I'm in on this, but it's giving me the EBGBs because it's looking so free. And then he's also got a pick square up too, Javon. So I hate to see that. He's only thrown one pick in the last 5 weeks, I believe, too. And the Bills' defense has been hurt, and they really have not been playing at their best recently. That sketches me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. It does. But are we getting scared off? Are we holding the line? Looks like the line just got bumped to 48 on the total, chat saying too. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, it did. Holy shit. All right. Total's on the way up. Interesting.
Yeah. We'll see where it's at when it kicks.
Yeah, let's talk about Kincaid's. I feel like we have to talk about him for a sec. Very popular, very public. I've been seeing plenty of viewing tweets about Kincaid's being the most popular prop today, most popular touchdown, ATTS bets. Is there any way to take this kid now where we can make money tonight, Javon? Because I still think he's going to be, a main aspect of this offense, and I still think he's going to ball, but he's gotten bumped up a ton, and he is so public. Is there any way we can back him?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate just taking his receptions. That would be the only way I would back him because I think the volume's going to be there. Like I said, I think it's going to be somewhat short game for both of these teams. I don't see the Bills really taking a whole Gabe Davis launch for the entire game against this Broncos defense that I think is going to play very conservative cloud coverage like they have done the last couple weeks and been really successful. So short game for them for me. I would take his receptions if anything. But like I said, Bill squares – not really speaking to me because I think he can take a handful of guys.
Okay. Kincaid receptions. You don't want to go Cade targets. What's your opinion on targets versus receptions?
I mean, for a guy like Kincaid, where a majority of his passes have come in, I don't know if catchable situations is the right word, but they're not the toughest throws Josh Allen has to make all game. So if it was somebody like a Gabe Davis maybe or a guy that's a little deeper of a target, I would say targets could be the move. But I would say for Kincaid, I'm not too concerned about getting into there.
Okay.
So he's just going to sit. He's just going to sit down and open zones in like the 5 to 10 yard range, or they're going to slip him out on the outside.
What do they have him up for, chat? What's he up for? Receiving yards? Catches? What's his does he have a boost up there? I don't know, Chad. That might be cap. It might be cap, or maybe they haven't put it up there yet. Okay. Receptions they have him up there for. Boosted. Okay.
It's touchdown, not receptions.
It's touchdown?
Kincaid or Sutton to score a touchdown is the boost today. It's kind of a stupid boost. I don't really care to fade.
Like that square right in front of our eyes right there is the boost?
it actually is. That's funny.
Okay. I guess their odds are better than – are we getting some sort of deal here on this? Some sort of bargain?
Minus 125 to plus 100. I don't know. That's just
great. That's
super random boost.
I guess I'm losing in fantasy this week, and Cade's not getting in the fucking end zone. All right. Any other squares, any other players you wanted to talk through or target for Monday Night Football?
Think I'm good there.
Okay. Any NBA or hockey plays for the kid?
Nothing crazy. I am taking the Oilers today. They're minus 160 tonight, which nobody really wants to lay on the Oilers, especially against the Islanders. But this is their coach debut, which is kind of a mandatory play with a team that's playing as poorly as they do with the clash of styles that you have in this game. So not a crazy little breakdown, but I just have to take it with the Oilers today at home. I'm laying it.
Okay. Laying it with the Oilers on the ML?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hey, you've been saying good things on the ice, and I'll leave it at that. I don't want to jinx. Oilers ML. Don't ever think it. Don't even look at that minus 1.5 chat. Don't even fucking think about it.
I think they come out absolutely. I think they come out firing today, which we haven't really.
They're going to be ripping puck.
Yeah, they're going to be ripping pucks. I mean, I guess I don't know. I haven't looked at guys specifically in that game. Obviously, you have McDavid and Draisaitl that you might want to get involved with there. But if you just want to umbrella it and take Sorokin saves, he might have 50 shots ripped on him today. I think the Oilers are going to come out with a new little energy here against the Isles, which is kind of the simple way to put it. But first game with the new coach, they're firing today. They're winning this game.
Okay. And then the swept under the rug POD, Mizzou. I don't want to forget about that one. What did you like about the Tigers?
I like Mizzou.
Be careful. Josh and Nick might sprint through your freaking wall like the Kool-Aid man right now if you just mentioned Mizzou. So be careful.
Yeah, they might. But, yeah, I like Mizzou today, which a big reason why I didn't bet Memphis in that game, but I was very scared off of Mizzou in that game is because Mizzou right now without Vanover, and I believe this is the last game without Connor Vanover, if I'm not mistaken there. I think it's 3 games. But they're super undersized right now. But the good thing is, like, SIU Edwardsville is also super, super small. They have literally no interior presence whatsoever. So, like, the way that they play right now is, like, if you watch them, which I am disgusted to say that I have for a little bit, they look so out of control, like when they play defense, which I don't know if it's just this is the beginning of the season thing or whatever it is, but, like, they don't communicate. There's guys that get open every single time there's a pick and roll because they don't communicate. They can't switch. They have no idea what they're doing. And these are against, like, a slower tempo team. Like, they played Dayton and they were in shambles watching them destroy them. And now this is a Mizzou team that's going to push the tempo against a team that's very confused on defense, and their transition defense is fucking awful. I think Mizzou is going to thrash them. And again, it's an undersized team just like them, so there's no significant size advantage to lean on there. It's just going to have to be an up-tempo Mizzou offense against a defense that can't hold them. And if you want to score on that defense, go ahead. Good luck, because really they haven't shown anything on offense either. So I think they thrash them today.
Don't tell me they got a Noah Carter square up for Mizzou today.
Do they?
They don't. They don't.
Do they have any Mizzou squares up? I figure they would not have anything in that game.
No, they don't. That's really soft.
Yeah.
I would have loved to back big man Carter. He's not even that big, but he'd be playing big against SIUE and take his points, but he's not up there. Chat, we'll get in the freaking lab for CBB squares and other squares as well. Javon, maybe we'll try to get out some sort of entry today. We do have Monday Night Football. We got college basketball. We got hockey. We got no excuses. We'll craft up an entry for the people. Okay. Dubs. Javon, your favorite 3 plays today? Stetson team total under. Mizzou spreads. 2 CBB plays for you there, chats. And then the Oilers ML on the ice. I like FIU Miami over. Javon, side note, likes the Miami spread. I don't hate that one bit either, but I'm taking points. I'm going over. I see 100 out of Miami, but you're right. The spread's a good look too. Denver, Buffalo over, I like, and this could be a rare 2-play night for me in the NFL potentially. Wait to see if I get to the counter. Always check my Twitter first to see if my plays get in, and always check Pickett's. And if you guys aren't following me on Pickett, figure it out. Drop a follow, download it, grow up, start hitting more bets, and start being more responsible when you're betting. Track them. Go check out Pickett. That app has a new update or something new, cool, like a feature every 3 weeks at this point, Javon. They're absolutely spoon-feeding new features on Pickett. Go check it out, chats. It is worth your time. They've got stats on there now. They got this. They got that. They got the whole 9 yards. Go check it out. It's worth it. I promise. That app has gotten way better over the last year that we've been partnered with them. Dubs, chats, we did QB tiers today. You guys might have agreed or disagreed with some of them. I don't give a hoot. That's your most accurate QB tiers you're finding out there on the markets. We did CBB. We did Monday Night Football, Javon. Look at those beautiful faces. Oh, if only Sam Howell was in the GOAT category, but soon. 2 words, chat. Soon. Okay. We did Monday Night Football talk. Give me the Broncos. Give me the over. Give Javon the Broncos and the under. He spike faded me there with that total. And it's about that time to craft the squad rides. Javon, here's our best bets down here. Okay. Cannot forget about the Oilers on the ice. Can't get that one out of my head, Javon. I like that play. I'll be on that myself tonight, telling you. Let's get to crafting. Do we want to put that play in the squad ride?
I would be very down. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. Edmonton ML. Sure. We've got Broncos plus 7.5, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we hear the Oilers pitch? They're saying. Give them a 30-second pitch. I know you did it quickly, but why do you like the Oilers tonight?
Yeah, I mean, backing the new coach narrative in a game where, like before the season, I think they match up pretty well with the Islanders. I don't think they're going to be able to be more physical than them, especially going on the road to Edmonton. So they're going to be ripping today against Ilya Sorokin, who is going to get thrashed with 50 SOGs. So it's going to be a new buzzed Oilers team that I'm willing to back today.
They're buzzing.
Yeah,
Okay.
There will be. There will be. They've been so terrible, which is why he had the coaching change there. It's going to end tonight.
All right. System play. Mandatory tail chat, 1 unit responsibly. Get on board. All right. Javon, looks like most books do have plus 7.5 right now. And I'll tell you what, I don't love that because I saw most of them at 7 before BTL, but we have seen that spread bouncing around pretty much all day. And it probably will continue to, but for now we can put in the 7.5 if you're good with the spread.
Yeah.
Good. We'll stay off the total because you absolutely hate my over. And Javon actually private messaged me and said that was the shittiest bet he's ever seen during BTL, the over. He said he hates it.
Plead the fifth.
He hates it. No, that total just keeps moving up, though, and it just keeps making me scratch my head. I don't get it. But maybe they're just putting on the biggest fucking trap of all time on Twitter today, and they're all going to get us, and the golden book is going to be Rich, and John Ewing's going to Kappa. Maybe. That could be the case. I wouldn't be shocked, Jaman, but we still got to find winners today. I'd like to volunteer that over in the Miami game. If you love Miami spread, we can go with the spreads. If you really are feeling some type of way.
I'm down to take the over,
I think they're both going to hit, dudes.
Don't get me wrong, yeah. I think
it's going to hit
110, like 70.
I don't see a world where really one hits and the other one doesn't.
No, yeah, I agree.
Going to see that now tonight because I just said that, but I don't see a world where this game, where Miami covers and the game doesn't go over or vice versa. It's not possible. In my opinion,
I'm with you there.
It can't happen. 164.5, sure. It might be 165.5 now, though. Fuck. Let's see. Miami. It's still 164.5. Okay. Sure. What else, Javon? We have 3 plays right now. Edmonton, Denver, and that over. You want to put Mizzou in there?
Down to put Mizzou. And it's also pretty gross. I don't know how it would be received voting-wise, but Stetson is getting clamped. And I will gladly put that in the poll.
All right. So you like Stetson better than Mizzou?
I do.
All right. We'll put that in there. Stetson Bennett, team total less than 53.5. You probably shouldn't be making Stetson Bennett jokes right now, but we move. Any other college plays that were piquing your interest, tickling your fancy? Chats. I haven't asked you guys what your favorite play is today. That's on me. I usually do that every show. What the heck is your guys' favorite play today? Let me know in chat right now. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. I want to see your favorite play in chat. If I see one I like, maybe we'll take it and put it in the freaking squad ride. We still need one more play. Hurry up. Go, go, go. First play I see is Xavier plus 17.5. That scares the fuck out of me. Respectfully.
Yep.
Broncos to plus 8. What the fuck is going on? Please tell me that's not on the green book. If it is, I'm going to fall out of my chair. Commanders ML. That should be a good look, Jaden. You know what's a better look? Seattle minus 6. That should hit. God, good thing I sneak nuked 49ers ML and Seattle ML for a rack on Sunday, Javon, because that's keeping me alive. If that didn't hit, I'd be in trouble.
Dude, you should have put the Bucks in. Would have saved you the sweat.
No. Well, I know the preview didn't look as hot from the NFL recap we did in the beginning, but I went 4-1 on NFL this weekend. Really good weekend on all the bets I actually locked in and tweeted and placed. Let's hope we keep that momentum rolling into today, chat. We had a good weekend of betting. Okay. I backed off CBB a little bit. I went in too hot. We need to see what's good with these teams, and we need to keep the bets to a minimum, quality over quantity. But I'll be back with CBB plays today, tomorrow, the next day. Don't you worry. Maybe just not 4 or 5 a day the first week of the season. Who the fuck told me to do that? I'm blaming it on Javon.
Blaming it on me.
What else do you want to put in the squad ride, though?
That's crazy.
You watch his BTL? Sure.
Yeah, just might.
There was another college basketball bet. that I like. Well, there's two, actually. One of them, though, is one of our enemies from last season. So I don't even know if it's worth bringing up, but I will.
Oh, Lord. What we got?
American University.
God damn it. Why we got to do
I
it?
feel like American University sounds like it'd be like Texas, where it's like Southern and
I know.
American, but it's like the opposite. It's like
Yeah.
could not be less like that. But Americans laying 5.5 for no fucking reason. Javon, you tell me why they're laying 5.5. The other game that stuck out to me was Arkansas Pine Bluff moving to a favorite from a dog. And there was one more. Oh, South Dakota State against Kansas State. I'm probably going to be on today. I like that South Dakota State team. I've liked their coach. They sneak into the tournament more often than not, and they still have their beast, Mayo, who can put up plenty of points. He's been doing that all this season. Do not sleep on the Jackrabbits. And Kansas State still has not figured their shit out, Javon. You want to throw that puppy in there?
I could be down for that.
What would be your counter or any other plays that you like that you want to maybe put up against that one?
My only other counters would be Missouri or Pepperdine, which are pretty similar, I would say, to each other.
Chat saying Riders about to beat Nebraska today. I wouldn't be surprised. I took Rider a lot last season.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the nuts to take that one, though. I don't know if I do. I really like South Dakota State personally, but I know you like Mizzou a lot too, and that is up on your best bets. And I don't have that CBB play on my best bets. Should we let chat pick?
We can let chat pick.
Let them pick? Chat, hurry up, go, 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 go. Who the heck are we putting in this poll? Are we putting in Pepperdine? Are we putting in South Dakota State? Are we putting in Mizzou? Just drop the name of the school. Hurry up. Go, go, go. 3 options. All right. We're not putting Quinnipiac in there, Chiate. I love you, man, but we're not putting them in there. They stink. All right. I can't do it yet. Can't do it. I think it's going to be Mizzou.
It might be Mizzou.
If I see one more Mizzou, we're going Mizzou. If I see one more Mizzou, we are going Mizzou. Haven't seen another Mizzou yet, though.
Johnny winning money line. Let's go in there.
Okay. All right, Chiate. You win. We'll go Mizzou. All right. Minus 8.5. Jesus. All right, dudes. Let's do like a 4-minute poll or a 5-minute poll. Chat, 5 plays, 5 winners. I can't get over this cool fucking camera that's moving around. Chat. You guys like this thing, or is this distracting you and pissing you off? Look at this puppy. Guys, I'm over here. Look. And then it follows me. I'm over here. And it follows me here. And then I go over here. And then it follows me over there. Crazy technology these days. Unbelievable work here. Crazy. That's what I bought this thing for. It didn't work for the first week. Get your bets in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. And got popcorn. No way popcorn ML. Dude,
camera.
What was the problem? Is the camera the problem?
The camera might be the problem.
Is the camera making the popcorn? Did we just solve that, chat? I feel like we just came to a pretty beat conclusion for me.
That could be
Camera's
unreal.
the problem, huh? Oh.
Yeah, I think we're
Guys, it's still bad?
I think we're back.
Is it still bad, chat? Let me know.
Could be the difference. Could be the difference. Still bad. I bet. Yeah, piss. I think I might have popcorn too. No, we're good. Cameras from Lemoyne is crazy. You move holy popcorn. Okay. I'm good, according to Kobe. Talk slowly. Well, this is a pretty surprising poll. I'm shocked to see the Oilers winning the poll. Oilers winning the poll, the Broncos trailing behind. Stetson right there at the 3 spot. Not what I thought was going to win. 10-4s for me. Now me. I think we're good. I'm a little static. We might be cooked. We might be cooked. Yeah, I'm shocked Hockey's winning the poll. Powering through. We have 2.5 minutes left in the poll. Oilers winning the poll. Love it, love it, love it. But Stetson, K-Camp likes. Kobe says 10s. Stick with Brent says 10s. No ice. Hopefully no ice. Popcorn reporting live from Tyler Boyd's crib. That could be it. That could be it right there. Camera bot on the way back from the Commanders Lemoyne game. Yep, W game script. Like that FIU over. Yes, we'll definitely be on that as well. Minus 160. What could go wrong? I don't know. Maybe send the bet slip of the opposing team. Looks like we're solo. See if we get Krabs back in here now. Broncos are so popcorn. I bet. Trent is literally not here. It's not just ducking stream to duck stream. People can actually look into it or pay attention before talking bullshit out of their ass.
Chat, get your votes in. Go.
There you go. Somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to be Krabs.
Somebody's got to give it. Requested. Trent tweets. W's. He's alive. And yes, there you go. We will investigate. Slip, please. Slip, please.
Can I get some 10s, guys? Am I alive?
Potential 10s. The moment we've been waiting for.
10, and let me get a goddamn. Come on.
There we go.
All right, Dubs.
There
I had
we
to
go.
turn off the freaking cool camera moving around. Super big. Turn it off, but we're goods. Oh no, we got popcorn back again.
No.
All right. You guys finish this shit out. All right. Get them hyped. Finish this shit out. Javon. Get it done.
Yeah, we got it.
I'll mute myself.
Oh, I said, no, it's fine now. So we're good.
Okay, now it's just totally fine.
No popcorn. No popcorn.
No pop. Chat, I swear to God, if you guys are fake popping me, if you're fake Popovich-ing me, I'm going to be really pissed. Why so cake today, Krabs? I don't know. It's just one of those days, my man, where shit just ain't working. But I'll tell you what works. If you guys click that little button in the Twitch poll and you vote for the squad ride, hurry up, go. Hurry up. There's no time. And it's a minus 160 play on the ice. What could go wrong? Sure. Edmonton, system play. I like it. I'll be on it. I'm in. Chat, squad rides. We're going to the ice. All right? Don't sleep. Javon, we've had some decent plays on the ice so far.
We
Fake
have.
pop.
We have.
There's corn, but no pop. Okay. Trent still ain't streaming. Move on. Trent will be back in a couple of days, folks. All right. He's taking care of some biz. There will be a surge stream tomorrow, though. I think Shelly and Mikey are going to run some sort of search stream, and we'll be hopping on there helping as well. Okay. Chat, lock the heck in. We're going to the ice for the squad ride tonight. That doesn't mean you forget about Javon's college basketball milk. That doesn't mean you forget about, the Monday Night Football game tonight with the Broncos and Russell Wilson maybe winning outright. It doesn't mean you forget about them, but it does mean that you lock in responsibly Edmonton ML for your biggest bet of the night. That's what it does mean. Guys, stop fucking around. This is the squad ride we're talking about here, and this shit is hitting. We're getting one on the ice tonight, chats. Edmonton ML. All right. WF went a little bit longer today. We'll be back tomorrow, 12:30 tomorrow, normal time.
Normal time.
Okay, 12:30 Eastern, back to normal time tomorrow. We had so many subbies today. I didn't read any of them. That man Cran sub-banging. We got Baumgartner Jackson coming in sub-banging, Javon. We got Get Busy Dizzy coming in, 19 months, still here even after the Prize Picks World Championships loss. We move.
Dubs.
Yeah, something I want to say about that too. To anybody who tailed, to anybody who joined our team, number one, thank you. Number two, we owe you guys winners for the rest of the month. We need to lock the fuck in. I feel bad. I really thought we were going to win that shit, and we flopped. Okay? I appreciate you guys' trust. Do not lose it. You guys know we're still locked in. You know we're going to work our asses off to find you guys the best squares and the best bets that we possibly can. All right. We're going to be smacking bets. We're going to smack another squad ride tonight. All right. But we owe you guys some Prize Picks winners, and we're going to get them for you because 3 for 6, not acceptable. Trust me, I'm blown about it. All right. But we'll get you guys back. Nobody out there is working harder or finding more winners than us. They're not. They're not. All right, Javon, let's prove that tonight. We'll get the people a Prize Picks entry, and you know they got to tail the squad ride. Edmonton
Gotcha.
ML on the ice. W's.
Watch McDavid go to work tonight.
Work. Work. Very rare. I get to bet on a good player today.
You do. A couple of them.
Sure. Okay. Love it, chat. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Not the same time, but the same place. 12:30 p.m. Eastern, back to our normal schedule tomorrow as Mikey and Shelly host the Surge stream after Javon. We'll catch the people there tomorrow. Different time, same place. We'll be soon.
Well.
Peace, boys.